Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. It's been nearly a week since we have been live streaming Farm Sim. I'm sorry, everybody, but there's been some maps get released, and, well, they always will take preference over these casual live streams. But it is feeling great to be back with everybody. Waylon is first in chat. Hello, Joe. Joe, welcome back. Welcome back. We are indeed streaming tonight. Farmer G, how is it? How's it going tonight? Grenade Racer, welcome. How's it going? Glad to have you here. Glad you all can make it. Oh, Holly, the day wasn't bad. The day was a little long at work, but glad it's over. Glad we can make it back. We're just topping off some TMR. We got a lot going on tonight. We're going to sell some milk. We're going to move some manure over to our manure pellet processor. We've got wheat to seed. We've got wheat to fertilize. And then we'll see what type of trouble we can get into. It is indeed almost the weekend. Tomorrow will be a very, very long day. It's my first full Friday working day in about, I don't know, 3 months. I've had half-day Fridays for the last 3 months. Tomorrow is the first full day at work on a Friday. It's gonna drag. Richard, they have not all been announced. They have not. We still do not know what the Pack 4 is going to be. That is the doing things more efficiently with a shovel and a pile of something. I'll pull that graphic up once we get into the real show. Right now we are just chilling here in the pre-show. Let's pop out some bales. Pop out some bales. We go 5. 5 of you. Get rid of that one. I do not want 100 of those bales. Pop out some of those. And we'll pop out some of those. Well, you know how giants are with their hints. Do we not? Whoa. I seriously need to turn the sensitivity down on this thing. Rabbit Rob, welcome. Welcome. Oh, bad news. Bad news, that was a fail. I'm gonna give you all 5 minutes to think about the Frontier map. I'd love to know what you all think about it. It is getting tons of views. It is a very interesting map, to say the absolute least. Well, I think the Almighty tried to get Rob off the internet. Remember, he lost his internet due to a lightning storm. You know, that's about as act of God as you can get. Oh, seriously. Straw. My video didn't have straw. Pretty sure my video didn't have straw. That's a wonderful feature of how FarmSim handles fill types. What about that Polish map that came out? No spiders in FarmSim, that is indeed, for those of you not in the Discord, that is a reference to Baldur's Gate 3. I did find quite the stash under the goblin village. Don't want to spoil too much for anybody, but at this point I feel I've probably played the least amount as anyone. Dookie's a slick, smooth operator. He tries to pick up all the ladies in game. We gotta be close to having this thing filled up. Yeah, Grenade Racer, I'll explain that here after the intro of what's going on. everybody, and welcome back to our Carpathian Countryside gameplay live stream. We are back at Farm Sim. It's been nearly a week since we have been doing our thing. So happy, so glad to be back here. We've got a lot to do. It is September. I need more silage. I need more silage. I need more silage. Ah, Simper's at the Goblin Village. If you go underneath the house. Good things are down there. Let's do 6. That should be good. Lots of interesting things under a house. But I promised Grenade Racer I'd chat a little bit about the interesting fill types that people see with the new Frontier map and what exactly is going on there. It's basically how the game initializes fill types. It's not the best in my opinion. What happens is when you load the game up, it will register. It will basically make a table of fill types, okay? It doesn't reserve the fill type ID. It just basically makes a table of fill types and assigns them numbers, fill type ID numbers. So when you have something, anything that has a custom fill type, right? So like, for example, Pumps and Hoses has separated manure. That's a fill type. We have a mod in here that has manure pellets. That's a fill type. They get assigned a number. Like, let's say fill type ID 50 and 51. Okay, we're just using those numbers as examples. Well, let's say you add a mod later. Let's say you add a third mod that has a third fill type that's fill type ID 52. Okay? But then let's say you remove one of those other fill types. Let's say you have Pumps and Hoses and you decide, you know what, I really don't want Pumps and Hoses. I don't use it enough. I don't want it. So you take Pumps and Hoses out. Okay, so Pumps and Hoses had the fill type separated manure. Well, that had a fill type ID of 50 in our example. Well, what the game does is let's say it basically reshuffles the fill types, and now let's say manure pellets becomes 50. So if you had a pile of separated manure on the ground, next time you load the map up, you're gonna have a pile of manure pellets on the ground because that's the new fill type. That is fill type 50. Okay, so with Frontier, obviously we have some new fill types. We have sand, we have dirt. There's others. So they all get fill type ID numbers, and that's how they are addressed in the game. In the XML, they're addressed as fill type ID numbers. So if you have other mods that have other fill types enabled, it's quite possible that whatever number the map has in its starting values as manure, it's quite possible that some other fill type is that ID number. So instead of having sand on the ground, you have something else. That's my take on it. Okay, where are we at? We are at the supermarket. I wish I could talk more sophisticated about that, but yeah, that's how I understand it. Now, what would be better is if Giants would register the fill types and basically have them be unchanging digits. So fill type 50 is always separated manure. And once you start a save game with separated manure, it will always and forever be 50. Nothing can ever take 50 away. So if you take the mod out that has separated manure, fill type 50 becomes null, and it just doesn't exist. But instead what the game does is it reorders the fill types. No, Desert Ox, it doesn't work if you delete the log. But what you could do is save the game, and I think this would work. Save the game, and then basically you need to find within the save game files, and I don't know where to look. I don't know which XML to look. You need to find within the save game files the fill type ID that is assigned to sand, and the fill type ID that is assigned to whatever that fill type is that is there instead of sand. And I think if you simply change those digits for sand and the other one, next time you load the game up, I think everything will show up as it's supposed to. That's how I think it might work. I haven't tried it. Always back up before you go in and mangle your save games. So that is the very reason that I use very, very limited mods whenever I do map videos. And the mods I use, I feel, are fairly low impact with respect to changing something. And I also activate all DLCs because I want to see basically if a map performs as it should with all Giants delivered expansion content enabled. And sometimes map authors will include expansion content as part of your starting fleet. So the only way you know that is if you have it all activated. Rabbit Rob, thank you, sir, for being a farm king for 26 months. One of the first members of the channel right there, everybody. Something happened. I lost my mouse. Then I realized what happened. I've got a mouse that lets you toggle between two different computers. And I accidentally hit the button that toggles which computer the mouse is to work for when I set my drink down. I was in the spider's nest, and I won the battle against a couple of those spiders and a couple of some other things. And then I was exploring, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe I've just, defeated everything. Nope. You didn't defeat everything. I stumbled upon the spider matriarch, and it was bad things that have happened. Bad things happened. Entire parties died. We just pretended that didn't happen, and went on to do other things. Alright, let's park this bad boy here. Now let's load up our trailers full of manure so we can get our manure pellet plant working. I have absolutely no idea how much manure we have, but I don't think we made a dent in it with just... I can look. I can do this, I can look. Manure, is it not listed here? Oh, here it is. 79,000 liters, okay. Look at this. Midwest farmer, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, I died with the big one that releases the babies, because then there were like 3 other spiders there, and well, I wasn't prepared. I didn't know they were gonna show up, and I basically said, no, this is a losing battle. We're done. We're done. So what do you all think of the Frontier map? The map tour has been getting a ton of views since I put it up on Tuesday. A lot of comments early on. The comments seem to have tethered off. I said in the video, it's a very interesting map. I feel it's one of those maps, maybe it's a love it or hate it. The importing of products was a really interesting production concept, where of course you had to expend, you know, industrial supplies in order to import those products. The cityscape, the vast desert with oil pumps. Oh yes, the dumpsters. The dumpsters I found by accident, right? I was like, man, it's really stinks that these dumpsters don't go away. And I was showing you that, and then suddenly the info popped up in the bottom, and I'm like, what? Wait, this is a fill type. These dumpsters are things you can sell. Now on console, I think that's something that a lot of people might not realize, and then they're going to get frustrated when their pallets don't spawn because there's more dumpsters out there that are put you over the pallet spawn limit until you clear them out of the way. Had somebody comment that they couldn't get pallets to spawn. I was saying they were over the limit, but they didn't have any. And it's because I think of those dumpsters are set up as pallets, and those stacks of metal plates are set up as pallets. So for people who have pallet limits, console players, then that's going to be something they're going to have to clear out before they can really do anything else. Scooter's Workbench? I don't know. I did find in my map tour there were areas that when you drove over the dirt that was on the roads, the dirt would deform like silage. And then there were other areas where the dirt would not deform. And I started to conclude later on in the video that possibly areas where the dirt was deforming, you could definitely pick it up without having to own the land. But areas where the dirt was not deforming, you likely very well needed to own the land. Remember, this is an all platforms map, so it should have been designed, it should have been built with the consideration of console players not having access to those super awesome scripts. It was a big video, super long, but there's just so much going on there. A wheelbarrow full of metal and a shovel. Do you walk up to those plates and fill? Can you fill plates, metal from the plates? What? How do you get a wheelbarrow full of metal? Now, you could always set things to auto sell, but of course you will have that auto sell penalty to work with or to deal with. But that would exclude the need to spawn pallets. Alright, we got all our manure now. I don't know when the last time we cleared this out, but we're gonna make some money. I do agree, and I think maybe that was either mistaken, forgotten, or it should have had a description. Should have been in the description about, you know. You need to sell the dumpsters before pallets will spawn or something. It is odd, Farmer G, that it requires vehicle mods. But I guess they were going for a certain starting equipment aesthetic. That's gonna churn away. Whoa! We gotta get rid of all those pallets of stuff. I accidentally had one of these greenhouses not auto selling. Alright, we got that. Now let's get on with the program with our new horse seeder, the Pronto 6 DC. I took the front tires off it just to have a little different look to it. We're putting weed in the ground. Wheezin' Geezer, that is over at the Giants Mod Hub. That is a mod that is called the Manure Pellet Production Mod. Manure Pellet Production Mod. Available at FarmingSimulator.com. And what it does is it will take manure or separated manure and make manure pellets. And then manure pellets are something you can then sell for a little bit more money. Not an insane amount more money, but a bit more money than separated manure and manure by itself. Right? Manure and separated manure are $36 max, whereas manure pellets are $122. Right? So if you put them in pellets, then they're a little bit more money. So I was just looking for a way to basically make use of my separated manure. At the same time, giving me a little bit more cash. Schultz, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. And you know what? Let's bring this up, because this was asked right at the start of the stream during the pre-show. Have we had everything that's in the Year 2 Season Pass announced yet? The answer is no, we have not. So in the Year 2 Season Pass, we know we have the Gouville Pack, released on March 21st. We know we have the Hay and Forage Pack, released June 13th. We have the Horse Aggravation Pack, released July 25th. And we know we're going to be getting the Premium Expansion on November 14th. But there is one more pack that is yet to have been announced. And that is Pack 4, Equipment to improve productivity. And the graphic is a shovel. What looks like a shovel. What looks like a pile of something. And then we have the wavy lines, which in the game has been used to signify slurry, right? We have the wavy lines for slurry and manure, right? That looks very similar to the manure fill type. So one would take that hint at face value as being something that deals with manure. And there is a pretty good working theory here that, as Schultz says, it's going to be GEA. Now, GEA I don't think is at least around here, I see GEA more related with slurry than with manure. I am no expert in their product line. So that is kind of the working theory is that it's going to be GEA, and as a byproduct, it is indeed going to be basically dealing with slurry and manure or something like that. When are we going to get that announcement? No idea. Is it going to be GEA? No idea, but it is a very good working theory. The trailers I was using. The trailers were Ding Dong, the witch is dead, the evil witch. Oh, I can't say the next word. It was the FARMER-KLEIN HW80.11. The FARMER-KLEIN HW80.11. That's the and the HW80 trailer pack. Again, available over at, guess where? FarmingSimulator.com. The in-game downloadable content menu. Oh, have they made statements about that? PAX West is, what, about a month away? I think it's early September. At PAX East, Giants had a booth with 2 laptops for people to play. Now, it's possible that creators that show up might have an opportunity to get early gameplay, early first looks, like we did with respect to Farm Sim 23 on mobile at PAX East. I don't know if they would have it out for the general public to play on. But they did have it at FarmCon. They did have a FarmCon build of the premium expansion, as best as I can recollect. So maybe that's what they'll have available for players to just walk up to and try out. Hoping this will boost our PF score because we're not having to do any tillage on these fields. I'm not going to be at PAX West for a couple reasons. One, I spent way too much money on travel going to the National Farm Machine Show, and then the very next month going to PAX East. And 2, the timing of PAX West does not line up very good with the day job. We start our academic year in just under 2 weeks. So the timing of PAX West is still a little bit too early into our academic year. But I do have reservations already for next year's PAX East. So anyone who maybe would be interested in going to PAX East next year. Right now, I am planning on attending the game. I'm also planning on attending the National Farm Machine Show again next year. I've already got my room booked at a better hotel for less money, so that is always good. Farmer G, I think he totally dreams about DJ. Timon, what is up? How are you doing, sir? Now today, when I picked up lunch at the local grocery deli, when I checked out, Timon, I was honey, sweetie, and deer all at the same time. So while I appreciate your greeting, it's a little light compared to lunch. I wasn't sure at lunch if maybe I had gone on a date with this register person. I mean, I was called so many affectionate terms. I was like, wait, did we just do a thing? And I not know it? I have absolutely no idea where Spring Creek, North Dakota map is originally uploaded by the map author, so I cannot provide you a link because I don't know where the true link for that map should be. Oh, Schultz, I got the friendly grocer discount. That's the only sound effect that works. That's it. Seaman, don't confuse me with someone that actually makes maps. I just do videos on other people's maps, right? So other people's maps are very interesting to play. I just do videos about them. You know what Tukey says about folks in his aisles? You know it. You know it, everybody. I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't know where this Spring Creek, North Dakota map might be uploaded. Maybe someone else in chat does. Maybe it was an itch.io release. Do you know who the map author was? That might go a good ways in figuring out where it was uploaded. David, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Oh, I definitely have no capability of finding anything on Facebook. Facebook is the most hateful, vile platform on this planet. Oh, yes, the long holiday. The long holiday. Hopefully you won't have the, hopefully you won't have a ton of work to do when you get back. That's always the most painful part. You go on holiday, you come back, and it's like, did no one do anything? Everything is piled up. Christian, congratulations. I plan on getting that feat done on Sunday. I think we have 1 or 2 more cities to venture forth to. As far as our seeding operations, I want to get your all's feedback. And no, we're not planting sugar beets, we're not planting sugar cane, and we're not planting potatoes, grapes, or olives, or poplar. Ain't gonna happen. So we've got one more field left to harvest, and that is our sunflower field. We are going to be putting in wheat, obviously, in field 2. We're going to be putting in more sunflowers. We're going to be putting in corn. And, well, maybe some more canola. So I'm trying to figure out where we're going to put things. Where we should put what. Long-time game player, 2008. Nice. The game has come such a long way since its initial release. Brian, good evening. Good evening. No, Tiggy, we are not. We are not planting everything in poplar. That is for sure. No oat, no barley, no, because one, we're focusing on things that are going to be made into pig food. So we have barley, we need corn for that, but we also have a decent stockpile of barley at 60,000 liters. Brian, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much. Nice. Almost done the run. Did you let the game GPS route you, or did you pick your own route? Tuki, I've been getting Baldur's Gate as much as I can, but it's like an hour here, an hour there. After our live stream tonight, I'm gonna try to put an hour in or so before I gotta go to bed. Well, that's the thing. Right now, we are out of sunflowers. And we're going to be out of the ability to make pig food soon. Because these are all the sunflowers we have until our sunflower field over there comes due. I don't have any corn. So we got to put corn in also. We don't have enough fields to plant all the products in any one go around. Sometimes, Christian, it's good to just kind of plot your own custom route, right? Go up there and on the back roads, avoid the highways, see the sights. Dookie knows what's up, Schultz. Why would he dare show up for a poplar harvest? You know what? Who does show up? Mark Bauer and Daisy Moomin. Thank you for being farm barons. You all do show up, and you show up plenty. So thank you very much. I do hope Kansas comes sooner than later. I don't want to wait 6 months for Kansas. I hope we see Kansas in the next 3 to 4. Hope we see Nebraska in the next 3 to 4 after that. We really got to get hopping here. Really got to get hopping. I mentioned in the ATS live stream, it's interesting if you look at the continental United States. The 48 states that make up the continental United States, 17 of those 48 make up about half of that landmass. And that leaves then the other 31 to be the eastern half of the continental 48. So it really shows you how large those western states are. And that's what we basically have gotten to this point, are the large western states, with Oklahoma being the smallest of the states that we have received so far. Kansas is smaller yet, or about the same size as Oklahoma. Nebraska is maybe a little bit bigger than those. Then you got the 2 Dakotas, and those are your 17 that make up half of the physical landmass. Square footage, square mileage, I should say, of the continental 48. And I was saying, I hope the smaller states do not continue at $12.99, $11.99, or whatever they were, because it doesn't really feel like you're getting your money's worth out of those smaller states. Hopefully they're going to start packaging them, bundle them up, 2 or 3 states in a bundle. Or drop the prices down, $9.99, $7.99. There, that'll make turning around a lot easier. I don't think I've run across the employee limit yet. Big thing right now is I never get any employees worth hiring. They're all like 0.7. But, you know, you get to a point where your profile just earns so much money that hiring drivers is a little ridiculous. I don't need to earn money faster. I earn way more money than I can spend now. What would be nice is if you could see where all of your drivers were on the map, and maybe some days pass your own drivers, have your own drivers pass you on the roads. That's what I'm looking. That would be a cool add-on. To see a global map of where all your drivers are, and then have the potential of coming across one of your drivers just out in the wild as you're running your own load. Yeah, then it'd be worth customizing your truck, making a company skin, company config that all your trucks have, so you could, you know, brand your virtual trucking company. Then you can identify your trucks as they drove by. David, I don't know. I guess I'm what you would call a casual ATS creator, as opposed to a hardcore ATS creator. Diablo del Toro, what is up, sir? What is up? Glad to have you here. Hope things are going well for you and yours. I think my most fabulous feature right now is the is disabling anti-lock brakes and traction control. Get that truck spinning, sliding around. Oh, Weezer, I don't upgrade my AI trucks at all. They are bare bones stock. The only drivers that get anything special are the lucky ones. The lucky ones that get into my old rides. Oh, it's no big thing. Years of gameplay and using GPS or guidance steering, if you will. I don't know. I think if Tukey were riding shotgun, he'd keep reaching over and grabbing the wheel. But it would be cool if you could go into like spectator mode. Ride along. What do you think if they implemented a bit of realism with respect to needing to get out of the cab and do things manually? Right? We've seen some trucking games that incorporate that type of gameplay, where you get out of the truck, you have to walk around, you have to pull the pin on the kingpin. You gotta crank down the landing gear. You gotta connect and disconnect your airlines and power lines. I just know that's some of the things that make, like, what is it, Alaskan Truck Simulator? Make games like that kind of stand out compared to ATS. Well, I mean, if you run with us, you gotta get your engine repaired multiple times a night. Oh, is it still not out? We had like a playable beta, didn't we not? I thought it would be out by now. But, yeah. ATS, ETS2 are very much just drive from point A to point B, right? Other aspects of being a trucker aren't really explored there. Hey, if you can't have fun, then why do it? Right? Alaskan road trucker. Maybe there's a maybe there's a story there. Maybe there's a too similar a name. You know, like if someone made a small, hard chocolate coated or candy coated chocolate centered candy and they called it In and Ends, right? I think I think Mars would probably have a problem with that. That's it, people. We have ourselves a field of wheat. How can I have muddy windows when it's raining? Grenade racer. That would be quite the interesting thing to see with respect to mods. Mod trucks. How well the scale continues. I would like to see trucks get dirty. Right, that would be nice. Let's turn in for an early evening. See if this rain continues overnight. But let's check the sales one more time. And let's check. Oh, what am I checking here for? Oh, I was going to check contracts. Too much. Too much money. Now I heard something related to GTA 6 that I don't know, it's likely going to have the mature game rating. I haven't played 1 minute of any GTA, so I don't know. But from the things I've heard, it would not surprise me if it held a mature rating. All right, let's see where our score is. Oh, our score is 69. 69 because of nitrogen. It's probably going to stay there until we harvest because of the way they do it. But once we drop the harvester head in there, it's going to bang to 100. So the video I was watching about it mentioned that they were going to incorporate some sort of facial age recognition. And this video may have been all just blowing smoke. But mentioned they were going to require an upload, basically an upload of a headshot, and they were going to use AI to extrapolate out predicted age of the player. Well, yeah, okay, sure. So you're going to ask a rando person to upload a photo of themselves, of their face, and then you're going to use that to establish if they're old enough to play the game. Because, yeah, no one would dare upload a not actual photo of themselves in order to allow the game to play. That would not happen at all, no. Like, how about we just not try to enforce age ratings? It's a suggestion, right? Some rando set of old people have seen gameplay footage and decided to stick a rating on a title. Does that suddenly mean that individuals who are younger of age are not able to mentally comprehend and understand what is going on? Does that mean that everyone above a particular age has that same mental capabilities of realizing that this is actually just a game and not something else? That's right, Grenade Racer. It's not if, it's when that database is compromised, or when they go and decide to sell that data for other uses. Schultz, that's the way it should be, right? If I want to take my kid to a rated R video and he's 10, well, that's on me. And if you think that makes me a worse parent, then that's fine. Right? I mean, so my youngest, he's 9. My youngest is 9. He asked me the other day, he wanted my help to set up a Discord account. Because he'd heard that there are basically places where you can go and basically join multiplayer teams for for things like Fortnite and Roblox. Oh, it was Roblox, and you could it was a way to basically find people to play Roblox with or something. And I looked it up, and it was like, well, Discord, they explicitly don't allow accounts under the age of 13. And 13 in the U.S. is a magical number for child internet protections, right? And if you're under 13, then a whole lot of things cannot be done to you as a internet peruser. But if you're 13 or older, then those restrictions don't apply. It's why there was a bit of a fiasco a few years ago with YouTube and content creators when they were going to be implementing some of these regulations around ads to kids, around not allowing comments on kid content, to not tracking views of kid accounts flagged as being under the age of 13, because legally in the US they're not allowed to. So I told them, it's like, they won't let you have an account until you're 13. That's my choice. I could have helped him make an account. I could have just basically faked his birthday, you know, in the form and everything. I could have done that all I wanted to, but I chose not to, because I know that he doesn't need to be exposed to that side of the internet. Not yet. So yeah. Just like one of his passions is he wants to be a content creator. He wants to make videos. Not because I do it, because he just watches other people do it. And well, you can't have, YouTube has the same restriction. You can't have a YouTube account until you're 13. Now, I did kind of fudge that one. Or you can't do videos or something, I don't know. I did kind of fudge that one because I didn't want him watching videos on my account and getting a ton of recommendations that I don't want, because they're all recommendations on videos he's watched. But it's my purview. Alrighty, we're gonna have to go another whole month to get to our sunflowers. Yeah, you accidentally click on one stupid video and that's all you get recommended for months. I watched apparently this is a thing. Apparently there's a thing where people make videos reviewing cruise ship rooms. Right? So you go on a cruise and you get assigned a berth. That's, I think, what they call the rooms. You get assigned a berth. And people will do a video reviewing their berth. Maybe it's not called a berth. I don't know what it's called. At any rate, they'll do a video reviewing their housing, whatever. And it's apparently a popular thing to do if you're going on a cruise on a particular ship, to look up for video reviews of the cabin. Maybe that's what it's called. Of the cabin that you've been assigned, right? So you hope that you get assigned a cabin that you can go and actually watch a video on, so you know what to expect when you get to the dock. So I watched one of those videos for a friend whose wife made one, and for weeks all I got recommended to me in YouTube was cabin review videos. Exactly, Grenade Racer, exactly. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put canola in there. Right? We can plant canola. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put canola there. But before we go and commit, let's check this. So we put wheat, sunflowers, sorghum, potatoes. We got more than enough potatoes. I got 80,000 liters of that. So canola, yeah, let's do it. Schultz, I don't think they offer cruises in the middle of nowhere. You would have a vacation just getting to a location where a cruise ship would leave from. That the cruise would be like a vacation on top of a vacation. Rexter, what happened is you very likely separated two words with a period and no spaces, and the bot is dumb. The bot is stupid and thinks something like relax.dude is a link. Well, clearly it's not. But that's what it is. Well, technology is only as intelligent as the people that coded it, and that's why Facebook is so awful. Did everybody run out and get your 2 epic free games of the week today? Thursday is a new game drop day on Epic Game Store. And what made me think about it is that one of the games that are free this week, free for the week, free to keep forever. One of the free games this week is a game called Orwell. And apparently the premise of Orwell is that you've been hired as an investigator for this company called Orwell. And Orwell has the capability of basically spying on everyone. They have the capability of spying on everyone and basically recording and keeping track of every form of communication for everyone. And the premise is they violate your privacy such that you may have your privacy. What a weird concept for a game. That you sit down and basically try to figure out who are the do-badders in the country, basically by breaking everyone's privacy. under the auspices that they are actually aiding in your privacy. Sherry, I did not. Are they remaking it, or are they doing that silly ray tracing thing with it? There's also another grand strategy game that's free from Paradox, Europa 4. You're into grand strategy games. I am a collector of things that are free. Also, remember, if you are a Amazon gaming customer, no, sorry, Amazon Prime. If you're an Amazon Prime customer, member, maybe that's it. If you're an Amazon Prime member, then you are also eligible for a ton of free games from Amazon. All you gotta do is go to Amazon Gaming and redeem your free titles. There's not only free games, there's a ton of in-game content for various titles. I think one of them right now is for Diablo 4, something about being able to skip 4 levels or something. I don't know. Also posted in the announcements today a pretty dang big Resident Evil bundle over at Humble Bundle. Basically gets you every Resident Evil game released. Did they add that, Schultz? I was looking at it earlier today. I didn't see that, but maybe it just showed up. 4 season levels. Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me. I don't have Diablo 4. Dwayne, the question should be, where was Schultz last night? You know, this is 2 weeks in a row that we have been very, very light on our Wednesday night practice. Yeah, I picked up Payday 2, although I've got personal problems with that franchise. Call me an old geezer, but I've got a personal problem with that franchise. But I picked it up because, well, I'm a collector of free. Is it, where's Farm Sim 19 redeemed at? Is it redeemed on... Is it redeemed on Epic? Is it redeemed on the Amazon Prime gaming launcher? I did see the Blender tutorials. I didn't think too much of him because I really don't have much much interest in Blender myself, but yes, I do recall seeing the Blender tutorials. on how to do all sorts of things, like make helmets and other things. Oh, okay, so it's redeemable on the Epic launcher. That's where Payday was redeemed. Oh, Sherry, does that include, like, expansion content? I figure it's like Cyberpunk 2077. I don't plan on paying for that. At some point it will be free on some platform and I will pick it up then. I think I would probably pick up I would pick up Diablo 4 when it's again either on massive sale or shows up free in some way. I think Raz got Cyberpunk. I think he enjoyed it. It's probably pretty good now that they've iterated through a ton of bugs. And Death Stranding, that was an Epic 3 title last Christmas. You can pick up some major good titles at the end of the year Epic giveaway. Yeah, Farm Sim is kind of the staple, and then everything else is come and go. I'm sitting at 24 hours of Baldur's Gate 3. I think 5 of those hours, or maybe my kid, played on his game save. And my test is getting to $1 an hour. Once I get to $1 an hour, it's paid for. It's been worth it. It means that basically I've had some of the cheapest form of entertainment possible. Because what can you do that costs $1 an hour that's worth doing? Right? I mean, you could stand on a corner and get paid $1 an hour. I don't really know if it's worth doing, but you could do it. I don't know how much you'd really enjoy it, but you could do it. You're definitely dumping more than $1 an hour if you go out to eat somewhere. You're definitely dumping more than $1 an hour if you're gonna try to watch a movie, unless you get a $1.99 rental, right? So I think I've spent 59 on Baldur's Gate, so I got to get to 60 hours. When I get to 60 hours, I feel it, all right, I don't need to put more time into it unless I want to. I've got over 800 hours in ATS. That's well under the $1 an hour benchmark. Farm Sim is well under the $1 an hour benchmark for all three versions. So I'm looking forward to Starfield. That's coming out in how many weeks? 10? 10, so 13, 14. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 4 weeks. Starfield is in 4 weeks. Four weeks, just under 4 full weeks. Right, September 6th. Is that it? September 8th? I don't know. Sometime. If you bought early access, you get it 5 days early, right? Those are you have 100% gotten your money's worth out of Farm Sim 19 with 4,000 hours. Very, very much. So, 3 weeks from today, for premium early access. Delilah, good evening. Guess what? Guess what? Today's your day. Look, no, I'm sorry, wrong D name. I'm very sorry. I do that all the time. I have this interesting issue where I'm going to call it a form of dyslexia, quite frankly. I have this interesting issue where I mix up things that have the same starting letter. I will mix up in conversation the J months. I will say January when I mean July. Probably 3 out of 4 times I will do this. I was trying to come up with someone's name today, and I knew their name started with an E. I picked the wrong E name, but I at least had the E right. So I'm very sorry for doing that, but yes. I don't know what it is, but I also can't spell where the darn. Cannot spell where the darn. Never could, never will. Indeed I am. Indeed I am. Right left-handed, but I do lots of things either-handed. Right left-handed, I catch and throw. Right, so I catch with my right hand and I throw with my left. But I bat right-handed because that's the only ever way I was ever shown. use whatever hand grabs the mouse first. I'll use it. I'll eat with the left hand, but if I have to, I'll eat with the right without a problem. I shoot right-handed because, well, who really has left-handed guns? Only fancy left-handed people have left-handed guns. Well, I can't write both-handed. I cannot throw right-handed. It's very bad things happen. I can probably do a frisbee either-handed. Schultz is earning money off of his gameplay. That's the way to do it. That's funny. That's funny, Sherry. In college, I would write on the back of pages, right? So you know, you got a spiral notebook, you got a 3-ring binder, right? Well, if you're left-handed and you're trying to write on the front of a page, you got the rings in your way, right? You got to deal with the rings. Let alone using a pencil, you're kind of smearing what you're writing because you're running your hand right over it. But at any rate. So what I did was I just flipped the page to the back, and I would write on the back of the pages as opposed to writing on the front of the pages. Then the rings aren't in my way. Oh, that's a good one, Wheezing Geezer. That's a good one. Thank you for sharing that. That was a good one. So Schultz won't be at this week's race either. Adam S, welcome. That's because we all have one thing in common. We all enjoy Farm Sim. We all find it our chill. There's no reason to try to do anything other than just enjoy our time together. I truly feel that Farm Sim is the answer to world peace. You get all the leaders of all the countries together. You put them on a Farm Sim server and said, go run a farm, go produce some crops, and you have to do it together. After a couple hours, they'll be like, why did we hate each other? Schultz tries to pour it down our throats with a funnel. He comes from the land of ranch dressing. Everything has to have ranch dressing. He has ranch dressing for his ranch dressing. I would even suspect that he does the most unthinkable thing and dunks his corn dogs in ranch dressing. That's right. I just suggested it. I certainly hope he doesn't, because that's disgusting. Oh, Richard, that's a good one. He's going to go do this. He's going to report back how awful it is. Well, Weezinggeezer, then they could come back and say, yeah, I am, because I don't have near as far to bend over to pick up the ball when I'm done. I don't have to fold myself into two just to hold the club. Now, all of you are just completely disgusting. Have you ever mixed ranch dressing and mustard together? Well, Grenade Racer, don't most of you all play at the same time you watch? Yeah, Adam, we're just here to chill out, chat up about whatever and anything. My kid went back to school today, or not today, but this week. I mean, he went to school today, but he didn't start back today. Who else has got kids that started school? We start early, we get out early. They'll be out of school before the end of May. Some of the other local school districts don't go in until for another like 2 weeks. Yeah, my oldest moves back in 2 weeks, or in 1 week on Sunday. Captain Kiwi. Let's ask Captain Kiwi if he would. Would you or would you not dip your corn dog in ranch? I'm sure hoping corn dog does not mean something else in Kiwi land. Because if it does, that might be something very bad. I don't think that would be good. A corn dog sub? I don't know about that. Oh, we were gonna look. I was gonna look at the PF score, but never did. Oh, look at that. 69. It's the nice score. Trying to get your tractors matched up with speed. Well, if they're only going 3, it sounds like they're underpowered. What's French herb? Making money. Silage is a good way to make money. Forestry is a silly way of making money. Fast, you can make a lot of cash quick selling a couple trees. Oh, I don't know. I always get Italian or plain white. I'm not into that chunky bread. There's like 7 grain and like whole grain and multi-grain, and there's like some sort of cheddar something. It's like bread that's got cheese in it somehow. Thankfully, there's no such thing as ranch-infused bread. Well, Adam, I would say if I'm going to Subway, I'm not going there for my health. The only healthy sub is a vegetable sub, and if you're going to do that, then just get a salad. Those are how dare they throttle your bread options. What is this, a dictatorship? I have the right to choose my bread. How about a chocolate pumpernickel bread? Huh? What do you think? Chocolate pumpernickel or maybe no, zucchini bread is bad. Or maybe some sort of chocolate rye. Well, Tookie, salads are not healthy the way you and Schultz go through ranch, that's for sure. You're supposed to put a vinaigrette dressing on. Oh, the only donut that's a good donut is a donut that has a custard filling in it. Alrighty. That does that. Oh, well then, yes, it will be good. So I have a question for you. So I got for Christmas, one of my kids got me a daily calendar. You know, one of those calendars you have you peel off every day. So it's a cartoon calendar, and a recent day was a guy climbing a mountain. Right, he's climbing a mountain to get to the wise man on top of the mountain. And when he gets to the mountain, the wise man has a sign over his head that basically says, "No, I do not know the difference between a cupcake and a muffin." And then it shows a pane of the guy like scratching his head, and then he turns around and then he's like sullenly walking down the mountain. So my question to you is, what is the difference between a cupcake and a muffin? Oh, no, Paul. No, we don't have the money. Dang it. Can't do that. Oh. Are you serious? Are you serious? Thank you. I'll take those. I can always use more sunflowers. Look, I got a new header. Got a new header. Let's make sure my field's ready to harvest. It is indeed. Ready to harvest. What the heck is in field 9? I have a feeling bad. Oh, soybeans, okay. 33 and 22, we're gonna have to do those. Let me get through here. What if I had a blueberry muffin and a blueberry cupcake with no icing? Has anyone ever done that? I want to have a blueberry cupcake and a blueberry muffin. Captain Kiwi, it's Stream Beats. That's what you're listening to. Stream Beats. I tossed in some extra albums. Adam, yes, we do. In fact, that one over there is Lime. We very much lime our fields. So we're going to park this here because that's what we're going to be doing next. Just have arrows on it. We need to get this guy out of the way. Chewy top. I do like me some blueberry muffins. Do a little maintenance. Oh wait, I need to do this. So the consensus is a cupcake is a miniature cake, whereas a muffin is miniature loaf of bread. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, we got our pallets of liquid out. And back they go. So the other night the wife made homemade from scratch General Tso's chicken, and oh my gosh, it was good. She said she put too much ginger in it, but I don't care. It was good. It wasn't super saucy. She probably could put more of the sauce on it. But man, it was good. It took her forever though. Took her forever to make it. Definitely went on the yes, this 100% needs to be made again list. Actually, Adam, we did mulch. We mulched in one of the recent live streams with the horse mulcher, because now we have some big mulchers in the game. The time to benefit has swung more to the favor of the fact it takes less time. Means that its benefit is greater for the investment. Now, really, it only improves your yield a couple percent overall. Typically, I would not bother with mulching, but I just started to do mulching because of the horse pack. Right, so the horse pack, where is it? Where is it? Right here, the horse pack, right? We have... Oh, they're over here. We have an 8.9 meter mulcher and a 12 meter mulcher, right? So mulching with the 12 meter mulcher, you get yourself a lot of work done pretty dang quick. There we go. Let's get lined up. Well, console players got lots of life hacks. It's just if you wanna go down that road. Now, something I don't do typically is roll the field. Again, it's one of those time to benefit. It sounds like, are you sure you actually used a direct drill? If it only seeded where you didn't drive. Oh, well then maybe you have that Pro Seed add-on turned on. Right, Pro Seed would avoid putting seed where your tires were, under the assumption that you're intentionally doing tram lines. So then you drive through the field with all of your other equipment that's the same working with, or a factor of 2. So, QE, it's supposed to do a 2.5% bonus on the end yield, which quite possibly is at the realm of margin of error. when you try to factor in how much crop do you have. I don't want to spoil anything for you, Tuki. I don't want to be spoiled either, but I'll tell you, I accidentally found some swamp land. And there's some pretty mean guys in the swamp. At least for the level of character I am. That was also a, let's just pretend I didn't die here and not go back there for a long time. I'm sure the answer is probably none. Right? These contracts will probably stay until winter. $70. Yeah, we're not gonna get. We have perfect nitrogen. We're not on this field because we haven't done it yet, but. Well, at this point, I'm just kind of walking around trying to explore everything. I haven't really done too many side quests, other than a few that you can do without, like, leaving the area. Did you find the dog? There's a dog out in the wilderness with a guy. And just for funsies, mostly because I hadn't used it before. Just for funsies, I decided to use Talk with Animals. And then I chatted it up with the dog. It almost makes me want to go around and chat it up with a bunch of other critters. What type of hidden conversations are built in? I set the kid up with the easy game mode, whatever the first one is, where it's more story driven than anything else. And he tells me, all right, I see on his save game list the bear cave. And I'm thinking, holy crap, you went to the bear cave? Right, we did that in multiplayer. And he was like, yeah, I killed it. It's like, dude, you're just a fighting machine. Keto008, thank you for subscribing to the channel. An anhydrous sprayer? I mean, okay. That wouldn't be like the real way you apply it, but okay. Anhydrous is applied by injecting it straight into the ground. Pre-planting. Alright, I need to get this field fertilized. I need to spray that field. And then if everything goes to plan, tomorrow we will be back here on Carpathian countryside, working some sunflower harvests. The only way that is not going to happen is if there is a map that drops tomorrow. Then we'll be focusing on getting that map done and out to everybody. We will be planning on live streaming Saturday also. Saturday evening here on Carpathian Countryside. And then, of course, Sunday we have our Sunday night convoy in American Truck Simulator as we continue to hit the roads of Oklahoma, striving to do more Oklahoma achievements and complete the Cruising Oklahoma event. Sunday afternoon we will be also Saturday night we're not going to be doing Farm Sim. Saturday night is Baldur's Gate multiplayer night. Sorry. Sunday afternoon we're going to be doing our Assetto Corsa Competizione Mayhem Championship. That is a members only live stream. If you are a member, be sure to check out that. And until next time, happy farming.